Warning, this podcast brought to you by a sports team fanboy living here in Miami. We'd like to remind you that during this podcast you may hear swearing, yelling, ranting, a whole bunch of other stuff your ears may not be prepared for. Your discretion is advised.
Hello Miami, my name is Stephen Wolf. This is another episode of Miami Sport Podcast. Today, I'll be talking about both the Miami Heat and the Florida Panthers as both teams reached their midway point. That's right, both teams have played 41 games out of 41. Their midway point just happened to be a few days ago, but they're still trying to do their best to either solidify their position or at least catch up. One doing better than the other. Miami Heat had to face the Toronto Raptors, the Indiana Pacers, and the Milwaukee Bucks. The Florida Panthers had faced the St. Louis Blues and the Calgary Flames. First off, I'll be talking about how the Miami Heat did. Well, 7 games. 7 games. Their largest winning streak so far this season. Somehow they just keep on winning, and that's a good thing. But not without at least having a little difficulties of keeping it. In the Toronto game and the Pacers game, he had the lead in the first half, but unfortunately, as the third and fourth quarter went on, their opponents just kept on coming back, and they either got rebounded, outscored, or a lack of shooting, or poor shooting, and their opponents managed to come back from a 10-point deficit back to either tie it or have a 1-point lead. But luckily, Wayne Ellington managed to help out both the Toronto game and the Pacer game at the final moments. And man, that guy can shoot and play well. But credit has to be given to both Goran Dragic, Hassan Whiteside, and Bam Adebayo. Those players, when they play either offense or defense, they can at least give our team a winning chance, and that's what they did. Especially when it came to the Milwaukee Bucks game. And unlike the previous 2 games, that game had Miami Heat this struggling a little bit the first 2 quarters, but as the third and fourth quarter went on, Miami Heat outscored their opponents and kept the lead, and didn't give a chance to Miami Bucks a chance to come back. I was a little worried about there, especially with the Milwaukee Bucks. Jason Kidd, I respect the life out of him. I mean, guy had several chances to win the NBA Finals. Actually, a few chances. So I'm sorry. And he succeeded, at least half the time. He failed to do it with the New Jersey Nets, but he did it with the Dallas Mavericks, causing our king over in the background over here to miss his chance the first time when he formed a super team. But unfortunately, they hadn't had much success, and I wonder if that caused Jason Kidd to leave the Dallas Mavericks. I don't know what's the reason, but he decided to go do some coaching and played with coach the Nets, and then eventually the Milwaukee Bucks. I gotta say, the Milwaukee Bucks, I didn't care for them. I didn't really feel anything for them this past few years. Actually not a few years, but they've been irrelevant. But with him in the background, he made them a very powerful team. And I expect to be one of the challenges when the Miami Heat go back to the playoffs if they succeed with the second half underway. But back to the Miami Heat. With the Toronto game and the Pacer game, their bench players, Ellington, the Johnsons, Bam Adebayo, everyone played their best and outscored their bench points of their opponents. And that's pretty much what saved the game for the Miami Heat and keep on the 7-game winning streak. and that's good. And I have to give credit where credit's due. Whiteside, despite all the criticisms the guy take of either not being in a good position or missing assignments or pretty much doing what he needs to do, he played good rebound. He played good defensive play. Gets the rebounds. He's been the leading rebound in these past 3 games, either getting 15 to 10 rebounds each game. And and the guy doesn't let his ego get the best of him. Ego. I have to say, Lonzo Ball and all the news I've been hearing about that guy, he lets his ego or his family's ego get the best of him, and he hasn't. And the Lakers are having a hard time with that. Hopefully, he can at least continue on the winning streak as they face their next couple opponents. Instead of a 3-game schedule, they have a 4-game schedule, and starting with Chicago tomorrow, I believe. And they're not an easy opponent to get by with. By the way, with 41 games down, they have improved vastly from last season. 11-30. Right now, they vastly improved with their record right now. They were 11-30 last year, and last season in this season they pretty much doubled that. More like decreased that, and I'm proud of them. Still, if they want to reach the playoffs, they have to keep on playing and winning. For the Florida Panthers, they're still trying to play catch-up with the other teams. Still 7 points behind the final wildcard spot with anybody, as they face both the the St. Louis Blues and the Calgary Flames. The St. Louis Blues, the Florida Panthers, well, they kept on shooting, and they scored and scored, leaving St. Louis Blues behind their dust. The Blues were feeling the blues. I love that. Unfortunately, they can't continue their success with when they face the Calgary Flames, being outscored 4-2, and despite having outshooting their opponents pretty much 79-59 this week. They shot their opponents more than them, but they still finding a struggle to win the games. Last season, they only had 46 points during their 43 games they played so far. This time, they are at 42. I don't know whether they call that an improvement or call that a downside, but I hope that when they finally end their break this week, they can at least find a way to win more games. Right, they face the Vegas Knights on Friday. Our former coach Gallant is making his return, and I hope that we can beat him. That guy has like fire in his eyes. He's taking the team, the Vegas Golden Knights, who people pretty much downplayed them, pretty much written them off, pretty much only figured that they would only have a bad season. But no. We gave them the players. We gave them the coach. They're emulating the 93-94 Panthers when they began their inaugural season. And there will be a dangerous team if they keep on playing the way they're playing. The next 41 games will prove that. Unless they had a skyrocket downfall, they're going to destroy everybody. Whether they're at home, they're like, 18-2? Or away. If they have home field advantage throughout the playoffs, beating them on Las Vegas of all places, city of where like freaking the UFO supposedly found, they will destroy everybody. And we gave them the players. I mean, I thought when we lost Riley Smith and Marshall that they will have a repeat season. Oh, wow! They're leading the way for this team to become a majority badass. They're scary. They're very, very scary. And I'm afraid for Friday night. That, I defended them. I defended my cats for making the choices. I thought, maybe because I have past experiences that lightning doesn't strike twice. It never has. This past decade, we only been to the playoffs twice. Twice! And we can't do it twice. Ugh. So, yeah, they face the Vegas Golden Knights on Friday night when they end their bye week, which makes no sense, in my opinion. They get breaks. They get a lot of breaks. I mean, they had the Christmas break, they had the holiday break. They have too many breaks. Oh, the NHL All-Star break. What? You negated the size of the hockey pads just to score them more, but you give them freaking breaks? Well, that's actually a good thing. I mean, Reimer has been playing straight through. I mean, my God, give him a break. Give the poor man a break. Let him rest. I'm just rambling here now. So, yeah, that's about it. Thank you for joining me for another episode of my Sports Podcast. I enjoy this video vlog I've been doing, and hope to do more in the future. This week I will see if I can do like these one a day after, since maybe he will play more than the Florida Panthers. Only 2 or 3 games this week for Florida Panthers, and it's during the weekend. I mean, I have a 4 or 5 game schedule for the next week, which is going to be pretty tough. I mean, 3 games was fine. But 4 or 5, it's going to be scary. But I expect to continue on the winning ways, and maybe, 12-game winning streak by the end of this? If I have done my math right. Alright, thank you again for watching Miami, or anyone else in the outer states. Love you. See you later. Like and subscribe and tell me how I'm doing, and I will do both just for you. Good night, goodbye, see ya.